Holy crap, it worked.
Yeah. Now let's see if anybody shows up.
La, la, la.
Yeah. It's still Monday.
No kidding, right? We're live on a new feed. Hello.
There's trouble.
I know. Did you know that it's illegal for Secret Service to get on slow proof?
To get on what?
A slow proof.
Apparently. Apparently.
That's what the director said. That's why they didn't have somebody up there.
Yeah.
It's a safety hazard.
They were securing the building from the inside.
Yeah. They had a sniper team inside the building.
I mean, it literally is Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Cartoon Network.
It's worse than that.
Well, I know that. That was putting it light.
Yeah. Looney Tunes have been improved.
No kidding, right? They're showing up.
Second Monday in a row. Sorry
Hello,
about that,
person.
folks.
Yeah, we are making our mailman famous.
Oh,
We are making our mail person famous.
everything was fine until we went to go live.
And poor Frank.
Yeah.
Frank just said, "Fuck it, not today." He killed.
Yeah.
Fuck it, not today.
Unplug something.
Yeah. Poor Frank just. I can't handle today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jesse, it's about par for the course.
Well, we've got 13 in, so might as well get this started.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you would like to support this channel,
Yeah.
and if you'd like to hear more from side comments from the mailman, donate here.
Yeah.
If you like coffee, and I would like to remind everybody that we have not only one but two coffee anthologies coming out. Talk to these folks. Let them know you heard about it here.
I'm
Also,
shaking it so they can read it. God's sake.
Also, write us a coffee story. If you like smartass t-shirts, go here. tinyurl.com among the leaves tees. Smartass t-shirts out the yin yang.
Do we even want to start this today?
I would like to start on a happy note.
Okay.
I have learned that the Republican nominee for president has selected as his vice president an enlisted Marine.
Yeah.
Apparently, Senator Vance
Yes.
did 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, achieving the rank of corporal, which means
E4 Mafia.
he's been a lance corporal. So the lance corporal underground may be infiltrating the White House come January. You have no idea how much this tickles me pink, because Trump's going to say something, assuming he wins. Trump's going to say something, and it will appear.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to not ask questions.
Yeah. Yes, John, you're right. He did write a very good book called Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah.
It is definitely worth reading.
I haven't read it. To my
He
shame.
did not come from a privileged background
Nope.
by any means.
He's a Marine. He's
Yeah.
an enlisted Marine.
Yeah.
So the E4 Mafia represent
Yeah.
in the White House. He's going to say something like, "Damn, I wish Putin would stop that." And then a bomb's going to land. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Pence we say, don't ask. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Which is the bright spot in the whole thing, because has it been 72 hours?
Yes.
I'm allowed to opine now. Holy gods.
Yeah.
Woo!
The amount of fuck ups.
And whew. Yeah. That was one rolling failure cascade.
Yeah. I just, for shits and giggles, last night ran my ballistics program for a 55 grain.
It's probably what the little shit got.
Yeah. At 200 yards, assuming a 50-yard zero, which I'm guessing. the 8 knots of wind would have moved the bullet 1.8 to 2 inches, which is about how much it moved.
Yeah.
How much you missed by.
But on the other hand, we have an enlisted Marine.
Yeah.
A 39-year-old enlisted Marine.
Yeah.
Who at the end, when Trump, assuming that Trump makes office, will be 43.
Yeah.
When he's next up.
Yeah. There are a number of interesting things about the whole assassination attempt that we don't know yet and may never know the answer to.
Which happens.
Because the FBI is investigating effectively themselves. And it's DOJ. Yep, Andrew Jackson was the last one.
Quite honestly, the director of Secret Service should have been left in office with a single round and reminded of her honor.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, because
Ain't gonna
holy
happen.
gods.
Yeah.
Holy gods.
There's a lot of question about the amount or lack of coverage for President Trump. Personal opinion based on what little I know, which is secondhand and almost 10 years old, is that once the president is out of office, they still rate Secret Service protection.
Mm-hmm.
However, at a reduced rate.
They don't get the full.
They do not get the full team.
Yeah.
I can't help but believe, based on what I saw Saturday and what I've seen in the follow-ups, they had a reduced team, and that was all they had.
And relied way too much on local law enforcement.
Relied way too much on local law enforcement and did not have all of the tools they should have had to take care of business. So there are a number of complications that would have been prevented in any other case. Of note, when Trump spoke last night at the Republican National Convention,
he had a whole bunch of shaved gorillas showing up.
Yep, they were all bigger than him.
There's Sasquatch.
There was one small guy, but he was at the back and he had a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
So,
but I have to give kudos to the lady on the detail who did everything she could.
There was one, quite honestly, the female side of that was a bit of a shit show.
Yeah.
But there was one female agent, all honor to her. She was doing her best. She was in there. She was turtling with the males. Her only issue, and this is not something she was too small.
she couldn't fix that.
No, that's not something she can fix. She had the bulldog courage. I mean, she threw her body right in there. Trouble is, she's like 5'4" and fit.
Yeah.
Only one I could tell.
Yeah.
Fit. And Trump is not and not. There is one shot, one beautiful picture of his entire head above her bun.
Yeah.
And she did her best.
She's
All
doing
honor
center
to
of
her.
mass and hoping somebody got the higher stuff.
Yeah.
So,
All honor to her, but good
Yeah.
Lord.
yeah. In happy news,
Yes.
we're not having a civil war right now.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I'll take it.
The scary part is when veterans organizations, multiple veterans organizations, start calling for people to calm down.
Well, people were getting annoyed.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I know what my first instinct was, and it wasn't pretty.
Neither was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's still not.
Well, I'm not sanguine yet, I have to admit, and I will say, as Jack Wilder noted on his page, the last couple of years have been the great sorting hat adventure.
Yeah.
Because
kidding.
WoW did mine even more.
Yeah.
So it's like, at least some people are beginning to feel some shame for their behavior.
Libs of TikTok has been racking up the hash marks. Have you
Yeah.
seen that?
Well, I mean, I think part of it too is you get in a habit of saying these kinds of things and don't realize exactly what it is you're calling for until it's put right in front of your face.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of people got stuff put right in front of their face. And it was like, really? You're wishing for the death of another human being?
I'm
But
back.
the problem is they don't care.
Yeah,
Well, they
some
are
of them
now.
are turning, I have to say. I've
I'm-
seen some people go, "Oh my God, I
I'm
can't believe I
back
said that."
on Twitter or X or whatever it's
Yeah.
called just to watch Libs of TikTok.
Yeah.
because they are tracking down everybody making a stupid comment
Mhm.
and contacting their employers.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of people are getting fired.
Well, massive pushback. It's about time.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Musk coming out point blank and saying, this will not happen on Twitter.
well,
We will not play those silly fucking
well, and
games.
also he was immediately anybody saying it was staged.
Yeah.
Immediately got tagged. He also was like, "I'm so done with this."
Yeah.
Pissing off the richest guy in the world. That was real smart.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but
consequences.
he's still doing that. You can say what you want, but you're not going to say stuff that's not right. And
Yeah.
community notes have been hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
And libs of TikTok and Jews for Trump have been screenshotting stupid comments.
Yeah.
Well, the best part too is morning Joe Scarborough this morning. Oh, anyone let me on the air yesterday because they think I'm going to say bad things. How dare they? And everyone's going, and
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, that was
some of it's been kind of fun, I have to admit. And
that
it's
was
just-
absolutely hilarious
It was
when they got pulled off the air, and it's like, what?
because we don't want you putting your foot in it, assholes. So,
And they would have.
and they
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
And,
And
and they don't realize that they're doing it.
Well, it's
No,
just,
no, they realize that they don't care.
One lady this morning, she's like, "Well, we need to put them under fire," but that was probably not a good thing to say.
Yeah.
We need to focus on. And it's like, yeah, change your language, woman. So that was okay. In other happy news, I'm not dying. Yay!
Yeah.
Jonna apparently has the heart of a 30-year-old, and it's not, call me surprised, in her desk.
Yeah. Yet.
Shh! Don't open the bottom drawer. So, no, I just want to let everybody know because now that people are on Discord and stuff to know that my cardiologist, who has learned that he will provide proper patient care instead of being an asshole to me.
He can be taught.
He can be taught. He informed me that the reason the tech was looking at me weird last time is because as a 60-year-old, not svelte woman who's never been tiny, thank you very much, should not have a heart that has 100% ejection rate and strong valves, no signs of any kind of heart disease or blockage anywhere. No signs of any damage whatsoever. He said, "You have the heart of a late 20s, 30-year-old woman." He says, "It's surprising because we expected to find things that were worse." And I still have a little bit of inflammation. My pericardium is a sullen teenager whining that it has to work. But I am actually on the road to recovery. I still have like 4 to 6 weeks more before I'm likely to get back to normal. But I just wanted to thank everybody for all your help and support. And damn, it's been a scary road, but things are much better. So that was the good news of the week, and thank you guys.
Yeah.
She came off the steroids. Is a hell of a lot more cheerful today.
Yes.
Yeah, John on steroids is scary.
Amen.
I'm bad enough as it is. These poor guys have been on
John
eggshells
on
for
steroids.
months. Oh no, I ripped paneling off walls, which I did the last time. I ripped all the paneling off the kitchen walls because I was tired of it. My husband was like, "Can we not do steroids again?" And it's been 20 years since I've had steroids, and so things are good. And you guys were a big help with all of that, and I just wanted to thank all of you for that. So I'm happy today.
Well, you deserve all the help you can get.
Well. Yes,
And I don't
but they
mean
put
that
me in a
sarcastically.
hospital for a year and it didn't help. No, they just made me do crazy shit in the hospital for a year. So anyway,
As opposed
happy
to
stuff.
happy stuff. Okay.
And we're going to imaginary. Well, it's okay to discuss operational stuff, but I'm like, I think this weekend was a serious wake up call for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
Dragon Awards. Wait, Dragon Awards?
Dragon Awards, yes.
Pick a cover, find one of our covers that Cedar's done, and nominate it for a Dragon Award.
Yes.
And then get all your friends to vote and tell all their friends to vote. What do you get Cedar Dragon Award?
Oh,
Period.
damn, Greg. I thought that was a joke. Tenacious D canceled their tour over a comment that he made down in Australia.
Yep.
So they
Well, it's
actually did cancel.
Jack Black and Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Mike, I don't know that Goblin Market qualifies. There's a time period.
I don't know what it is.
I don't hear. I know there's a time period, no later than or no earlier than. There's a bracket.
John Van Stry is eligible sci-fi.
Yes, he does. Woo!
Alma has an eligible fantasy.
And you have a phone.
Yeah, turn off your phone. Actually, Dragon Awards, just go look at all the categories and nominate. Just do that.
But on
It doesn't have
covers,
to be us. We
on
don't
covers?
qualify. Yeah, but covers, yeah, pick one. So covers. But
Cedar needs to win a dragon.
Well, and she did all of John Van Stry's too.
Yes,
so,
she did.
Yeah. So she just should be nominated. Pick one.
Riding for the brand or not at all. Yeah.
No, you know what? We're rising tide. We go. We help everybody, not just us.
I believe that his first Wolfhounds is eligible.
Yeah.
And John, that's a damn good book.
Oh, it is a really good one.
is.
Short story. Yeah, right.
Wolfhounds started as a short story, like most of John's.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows how to do a short story.
I don't think he does either. He tries. He really tries.
He really tries. And then the world gets out of control and off he goes. So.
Whee!
Yeah. Dan, if you were, yeah, dystopia in the United States, yeah, is OBE at this point.
So we're going to be, Racketeer Press will be at Imaginarium this weekend.
We'll have our author badges for our author folks.
Most of us are leaving out Wednesday, and we'll be in there sometime Thursday.
Yeah.
We're leaving Wednesday. We'll be into Louisville, whatever the hell it's called. Louisville. I keep asking. I keep forgetting. That sometime Thursday. And if you want to meet Spearman Burke and intern Steve version 1.0, they're going to be there. Louisville. And if you're one of our authors, come by and see us so you get your little black Raconteur sticker. Let's see. Cedar for president? No. I'm not sure the White House would survive, quite honestly.
Well, it would definitely be interesting.
Oh,
happy birthday, James.
Happy birthday indeed.
You survived another year so far.
Dystopian novels, now known as spoilers, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it's pretty bad when Babylon B is coming closer to the truth than
America's paper record.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that friggin' CNN headline.
Which one? They beclowned themselves all up and down.
Oh, the first one. Trump falls and Secret Service rushes him off stage after a fall. Really?
Well, technically they weren't wrong. They could have added some qualifying factors.
They never did.
I know.
And then the photographer that got the picture of the sonic trace of the bullet going by his head, which they immediately came out and said was fake.
I'm going to give you.
That is not fake, folks.
No, quite honestly, I first thought it was fake. I thought it was either a cloud in the background or
no. You got to know what you're looking at, but that little line across there is the bullet trace.
Then I got a high def and blew it up. Went, oh nope, that's the vapor trail.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one that should win the Pulitzer Prize is him with his fist raised under the flag.
Oh, okay. I've got. Okay, I'm going to violate the genre rule about being cheerful because I have a mini rant about that. There are a whole bunch of shitweasels who are annoyed because President Trump didn't immediately call for unity after the Secret Service picked him up. Having been shot at before and having studied this for a while, during critical incidents and, getting your ear notched by somebody who wants to whack you is pretty much a critical incident. Your body responds by dumping a shit ton of adrenaline into your blood. Even more than that, your body responds by dumping endorphins into your brain. Endorphins being a portmanteau of endogenic morphine. Endorphins, especially beta endorphin, are just like regular morphines, except it's 40 times more potent and powerful. So you have a man who somebody just tried to shoot him in the head, notched his ear. He's processing the fact that there was a bullet with his name on it, and another human being wants to kill him. A whole bunch of rhinos with intent who only move like that when there is an issue have just pile drived him and are on top of him. He's got 40 times more powerful than heroin endorphins rampaging through his brain. They are climbing his brainstem and making sweet, sweet love to his inhibitions.
Yeah, like
He's
us.
got enough adrenaline to restart the heart of an elephant. The fact that he didn't jump up, yell, fuck you, and prepare an offer to do forcible cranial intercourse on the guy that shot at him is a minor miracle.
Yeah.
Him getting up and saying that, you cannot hold that against him. You cannot say, oh, he should have calmed temperature. He just been shot at. His inhibitions had gone bye-bye. He had enough adrenaline. He probably had the shakes for 2 days. You don't get to say, oh, he should have chose his words more carefully. No, he didn't. That was not an option. That is not an option. You don't.
No.
Because I'm here to tell you, the first time somebody shot at me, after I got behind the blade of grass I was trying to hide behind, I jumped up and offered a move an eye and performed forcible ocular intercourse on the guy that did it. And then I offered to do his dogs, his wife, and his goldfish. So
You forgot his horse.
I wasn't in a place where horses were a thing.
Oh, okay.
That you should have. Oh my God, he shouldn't. He should have tamped the crowd down. No, he doesn't. You don't get a say. Nope.
No,
You don't get a say.
not even close.
Nope. You're just lucky he didn't jump up and offer to skull fuck the guy, because that's what I did.
Literally, yes, Todd is correct. The New York Times edited out the American flag in the picture. And they put it up for their headline.
I didn't notice that.
Yes, they did.
Wow. Of course, I don't read the New York Times, so
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Rick. People who say that have never been punched in the face. Because you come down to fight or flight. And 99% of the people are going to flight. The other 1% are going to fight. And you never know what you're going to do until you are actually in that position.
I have known guys. I've been one. Now, bear in mind that I've been shot at since I was a child. And I have trained. And I still was screaming about what I was going to do to him, his eye socket, and his close family. I've known guys that trained for 10 years in the Army, and the first time they did almost the same thing.
David, it was obviously photoshopped out. It wasn't cropped.
I just have to say this week keeps getting better.
Oh,
Senator Bob Menendez was convicted on all counts of bribery and corruption just now.
Yes.
I mean, hello.
booyah.
Booyah.
Well, that and yesterday, Judge Cannon saying that Smith is not a special prosecutor.
Yes.
Rafter, I don't know if they'll kick him out or promote him.
I don't care. He's convicted.
Yeah.
Pardon after the election. Who knows? The last minute pardon signed, assuming Biden doesn't win office. And I'm pretty sure that idiot kid put Trump in the White House, but I'm not going to bet money on it.
Nope. We still got to beat the margin and cheat.
But if he doesn't make it, the last minute pardons are going to be truly eye-opening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bob, it does mean he's a convicted felon.
He does, yep. On to more cheerful.
Well, the other cheerful part for me is Cannon declaring Smith not being a true special prosecutor. Which
we've been saying the entire damn time.
Which we've been saying the entire time. And the pushback was, oh, no, we have the authority. Well, interestingly enough, this is not shoot a Chevron. No, they don't have the authority.
Whoops.
Yeah, oops.
One more of those little Chevron sneakies.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Not approved by the Senate and not appointed by the president. Too little, too late. Case goes away.
Well, they do have the state has right to appeal it to the 11th Court of Appeals. We'll see what happens there.
Oh yeah,
We'll see what happens there.
yeah.
Um,
Of course, the other thing this does is open the floodgates because nobody has said Biden can't be prosecuted. Only that they chose not to prosecute him at the time.
as we've seen,
So
I was remembering that he still has cover for uh, acts under his official office, official duties.
which do not include when he was a senator or the vice president.
I know. Statute of
So
limitations.
Sotomayor, guess what you just opened everybody up to? I hope you like it.
Get over it. Fruit and poison tree.
James, it's not that significantly different. The one that I saw was almost a duplicate. Now, they may have changed it since then, which would not surprise me.
Yeah, there's been a whole bunch of articles and pictures pulled and replaced.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Which is why I say we may never know what the real answers are, because you've got the DOJ and FBI investigating effectively themselves. The staties and the locals are not going to say boo, because if they do that,
they open themselves up for a whole bunch of crap.
they open themselves up for a whole bunch of crap. In addition to the potential to lose any kind of federal funding they might have been in line for. And folks, believe me, locals are always looking for federal funding.
The whole state, speaking of somebody, we won't go there. The local law enforcement always winds up, at least in Texas, with a whole bunch of unfunded mandates from the state and from the feds, for that matter.
Feds mainly.
Ours is mostly state.
Yeah.
This state was every 2 years. State came out with a whole bunch of the state of Texas came out with a whole bunch of stuff we had to train, and it didn't send us any funds to train on it.
Travel safe, differs. They're on the road and in the hills apparently.
Whee!
See you, Robert. Be safe.
But it's so there was a whole people always yik-yakking because looking for federal funds.
Yeah.
When you've got to train your entire agency on cultural diversity because it's mandated by the state, and they mandate that it's a 16-hour course.
Yeah.
So you've got to send them somewhere, pay them, and the state isn't kicking in any sort of funds to help on this. Nope. It's like you've got to do these, and I forget what it is now. When I was in, it was like 80 hours of training that were mandated by the state.
Yeah.
And it was mostly bullshit. Mostly bullshit. That's another reason why it's not a good excuse, but it's another reason why so many cops don't shoot well is because range time is taken up with training on
everything else.
Well, special investigative topics.
Yeah. Not only that, but range time becomes a premium because it costs money to buy rounds for people to train with.
Yeah.
I can remember back in 2013, 2014, Virginia State Police stopped giving out training rounds to their officers. They would give them one 50-round box to qualify with each year of FMJ.
That's what we got.
If they wanted to practice, they had to buy their own ammo.
Yep, that's what we got.
And one of the guys that we shot with in IDPA was a trooper, and he would buy ammo, or we'd buy it for him and donate it to him. But he would come down and do the IDPA in his duty rig.
Mm-hmm. We would get a box of duty rounds, jacket hollow points in October.
Yeah.
To replace the duty rounds we shot qualifying in October.
Yeah.
And then in the spring, April or May, we get a box of 50 FMJs that we would
that'd be your practice rounds
to qualify in the spring, keeping the hollow points we got that October, and the next October we'd fire those out and buy more.
Yeah.
So Moggy Noir did rather well. Quite pleased with Moggy Noir. The coffee anthos. I think John, a coffee antho coming out next. The first coffee anthology is next. Is the next one up. Um, All will burn. Okay, so I'm having to check. This Friday, All Will Burn 3 will be publishing while we're in Imaginarium. That will be the last of the All Will Burns that we're going to do. That was an interesting series. Helped us out quite a bit, but it's not really in our wheelhouse. It's not really the pulp-ish stuff we do. There were some intense stories there. We're probably not going to do an All Will Burn 4.
No, I don't think I don't want to abuse any more editors.
Yeah.
So, because it was a good set. It's a solid set of
Oh, yeah.
really tremendous stories.
I don't mind abusing our editors. It's kind of fun sometimes, but that sort of abuse is not fun.
No, it's not. Mike did a really great job pulling together this last one.
Yeah.
It's a really terrific set of stories.
Yeah.
It's also not going to have illustrations for each story
No.
because we are going to sell it as a set because it's worthwhile as a set for folks. But we wanted to make them all match.
Yeah.
So it will have a beginning and an end illustration, but not
Yeah.
throughout the stories. So yeah. Plus, it just not quite fit with the theme. So. But the covers are gorgeous, though.
No, the covers. Who's Cedar?
Cedar knocked it out of the park again. So.
Yeah, but when you give that kind of story, you're going to get that kind of
Yeah.
We
story.
did.
Oh, yeah.
We did
Yeah.
too. The authors definitely stepped up. We
Yeah.
got some solid,
we got
solid
We got
stories.
solid stories, but
Yeah,
Uh,
Justin, Justin Watson's doing the intro for this one because he and Casey are the ones that came up with the
Yeah.
idea. So
I had to chase his butt down at LibertyCon. too.
that's okay.
Yeah.
He was busy, but no, he's a good guy. So, but yeah, Mike worked hard on this, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
proud of the effort he put in on this one.
Harmon
So.
says, depends on the editor. About the abuse or it's hard on. The editors that we use, it was hard on all of them.
Well, you think Mike, Marine, Protector dude, having to read all those stories,
Nick
you know,
and
it's
Chris.
Like, it's hard on them. So
Yeah. So also, I'd like to announce that I don't know that we've done it here. The Chris DeNote has come on. Rackjaw Press is one of our editors. Super good guy, super nice guy.
We talked about that last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Using editors what? Never mind. Yeah, no, you don't. So we're chugging right along.
One of the problems with All Will Burn, much like the PTSD anthologies, is people start digging pretty deep on
Yeah,
those. And
Had some people did. Woo!
Yeah.
Some people got deep, got dark quick.
they're going to get dark. They're going to get deep.
Oh yeah. And they're
And
good stories. Sell well for us, but
Yeah.
just not really our cup of tea.
it's not. That, I think, is something better left to other people. And I don't say that
We'll continue selling.
lightly.
We'll make a box set. We'll sell them as
Yeah.
a box set. Once they're all on the ground, we'll sell them as a box set. I mean, I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
And deeply want people. I just don't know that sort of thing is going to be what we. Not in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, well, I did a story. I got a story in the second one, but it's a different mentality, a different perspective.
Mhm.
That's not what Rack Press is really about.
No, we're the pulp.
Yeah, you're the pulp. You're
Yep.
the light,
Well-
light fantastic, for lack of a better term.
Not necessarily light, but the pulp.
You're not going to go dig around in people's heads.
Try not to.
Yeah.
Well, we will, but be with an axe. So
Yeah. These used a very fine scalpel, both PTSD and All Will Burn.
oh yes, Mike, thank you. September, Pogue 1, which I think is going to be one of our flagships for 2025. Pogue 1 opens for submissions this September. Guys, I really think this is going to be one of our flagships. Pogue 1 has hit a nerve, especially at LibertyCon. It's hit nerve with folks. I think Pogue 1 is going to be one of Rack Press's flagships. I really do. It's right in our wheelhouse. Yeah, Mike, he came up with a good one on this one. I think it's going to go well.
Yeah.
Hole and grounder lift a fobbit.
Yeah.
Jesse, where's the rest of the story?
Oh, hey, Ben.
Jesse.
Yeah, it's no fun if you write a fobbit. You need to write somebody that's an actual pogue. There is a difference.
We're defining Pogue as infantry, or Mike's defining as infantry. I'm defining as infantry and special forces, special operations. Apparently, it's explained in our Substack.
Yeah.
I've always Pogues were anybody not infantry, not special forces.
Not aviation. Not pilots.
Cedar Pogue is support troops. It's just that there are many definitions. Not combat arms. I think of artillery as Pogues, but that's me. Personally, speaking as cavalry, I thought cavalry were Pogues. We got to ride everywhere. It was great. I had a big taxi with tracked taxi that I could haul all my crap in.
Sorry, Todd. People other than grunts. Yeah.
Well, that's a backronym. Pogue has been P-O-G-U-E, Pogue has been a term. It was a term in the 80s before Pog came out. I use it. Pogue and Pogey bait.
Yeah. They've been around since World War II.
Yeah, Pogey bait.
Yeah, they've probably been around since Roman legions.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Pogey bait it's the extra food, the Vienna sausages that the Pogues carry.
Yeah.
Because
they took it out in town to get favors.
Yeah, because if you're on a track or artillery piece or an intel van, you have room for a box full of Vienna sausages and that was the Pogey bait.
Oh, Richard. You just broke in.
That's going to be an interesting one to read. But yeah, if you've got a vehicle, you can load a whole bunch of stuff that the grunts can't. Grunts don't, unless they're really, and they're not. There's not enough room in a grunt's pack for comfort food.
Yeah.
But everybody else can, and we call it Pogey bait, which is pogue bait, Pogey bait.
It was also any kind of candy.
Yeah.
In the Navy, it was any kind of candy.
Network tech does qualify. Again, infantry and special forces are the only non-Pogues. Everybody else, to me, is a Pogue. If they're infantry or special forces, which are just infantry with degrees, they're Pogues. They're Pogue. And write it. Write about the air conditioner repairman, for God's sake.
Yeah.
The hero of Al Bashir that kept the HVAC running.
Yeah. Fobbits are the ones that never leave the post.
Yeah.
Pogues are the ones that will go out and get the job done and then come back.
And honestly, I think combat medics probably don't count as Pogues, but don't quote me on that. Pogey bait. Wolf Brown chili. Honestly, it was cans of Vienna sausages, sardines, and if you open a sardine in a can of sardines in my track, rinse that out before you throw it away, because I don't want to spend the next 96 hours with a reek of sardines inside my track.
I used to use sardines to get my students sick. Teach them that they could work through puking in the machine. That and the pierogi cigar is a little nasty one.
Oh,
Italy.
yeah.
Yeah, Stag's chili is definitely better than Wolf, but finding Stags is sometimes interesting.
Wolf Brand Texas chili is better than the standard Wolf Brand.
Yeah. Yes, Fobbits are a species of Renf.
But anyway, just not infantry, not special forces, and probably leave Doc out of it. But other than that, right about everybody else.
Yeah, I would say you got to leave the aviators out too.
Yeah, well,
Aviation support, yeah, they're definitely pogues. But the
And-
aviators themselves, no, they're
as you can tell, there are a wide differences on what people consider to be pogues.
that's
So
an argument that's not going away anytime soon.
nope.
It's also the difference in military perspectives.
Jim's a pogue.
Yeah, right, Mike.
So let's see. Let's try stags. Let's switch to wolf. Wolf for a buddy of mine used to refer to wolf as cancer-causing chili. We're from Texas. Chili you make at home is always better than canned chili. But if you're stuck out, if you're on day 23 of a 12-day field problem on top of a mountain and it's 20 degrees, a can of wolf chili over a rock fire ain't bad.
Yeah, Brennan. People plug a 120 volt American power strip into a 230 volt British. Yeah, that's going to not end well.
But yeah, I really expect Pogue 1, and let's face it, it's going to be a series. Be Pogue 1, Pogue 2, Pogue 414 to be one of our flagships, because it's just got this, it got this lovely reaction at LibertyCon. It's like everybody that heard about it, their eyes lit up. It's like, yeah, I think this is going to be good.
404 Pogue not found.
404 Pogue not found. Pogue 404 Pogue not found. Fobbit not found. Yeah, like I said, when you're on day 23 of a 12-day field problem, and you're on top of a hill at a mountain in Fort Sill, again, a wolf chili over a little fire sure is nice.
Mountain at Fort Sill.
That's what they call them. I'm just going by what
friggin' hills, and little ones at that.
Okay, Wichita Mountain Wildlife Refuge. I'm just going by what's in the name.
Fine.
I'm just going by what's in the name.
There are these little rocks a little further west that would argue that point.
Well, yes, but
And there's rocks a little further east that would argue that point.
Again, I'm just going by what the name is. I just got to go by the
And
name.
then if you go overseas a little bit further, there are some big rocks that will argue that point, called the Alps.
Oh, Medicine Bluff.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that there's somebody on this podcast, probably not Jim, maybe the Fox, that did the 300-foot training rappel at Medicine Bluff in one bounce.
No.
He might have
I'm not that stupid.
He might have wound up with 3 days back-to-back CQ for doing it, but damn, it was fun.
Yeah, Frito pie is a Texas thing too. Fritos, chili and shredded cheddar. Throw some onion on it and go to town.
There's nothing like getting up on the rappel, getting down about 20 feet, and looking up and hearing Sergeant yell, "Don't you do it!" Whee!
I don't know, Jim. The dust-off guys that I've met over the years, I would not call pogues, not by a long shot.
Yeah. Again, they're not infantry, so
Yeah.
that was that. Well, it's not. I guess it wasn't actually 300 feet, more like 280. That was a fun. And we had a contest because most people could do it in one bounce. I managed. Well, I'm sorry, the Fox managed to do it. Yeah, just kicked off and just. A hell of a lot of fun. Don't you fucking do it. You're on CQ till I get tired of you being there.
Serving Frito pie in a bag kind of sucks.
Yeah. Rappelling, guys, rappelling is a lot of fun. It really is. Rappelling is a lot of fun. Done right, done safely. I have a lot of fun rappelling. So, but when they're free to pie MRE?
Good question. But it would sure get eaten a lot more than some of that other shit.
MREs, damn. Yeah, I love fast roping. I love rappelling. Rest of it, not so much. Thing is rappelling is a lot easier on your hips.
Yeah.
Rappelling is if you do it right. Now you can screw up a rappel. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, a number of people have.
Or you can going down the rope on a Blackhawk and have the Blackhawk starting to lose 10 feet
Yeah.
of altitude at a bad time. Swiss saddle, yeah, Swiss saddled. Um, yeah, that one you can hit pretty hard. But the great thing about rappelling is you're controlling everything.
Yeah.
As long you are, except the altitude of the helicopter.
And who's flying and where your landing point is. A few other minor
But
points.
I've never been upset. I've never gotten hurt or rappel. Can't say that about other things I've done.
Yeah.
I just kick that arm out and go. And remembering, it's not the grip on the hand. It's not the grip of the glove that breaks you. It's putting your fist and small of your back that breaks you.
Yeah.
Breaking is in slowing you down. Not breaking is.
Yeah.
If you want to slow down or stop, you need to take the rope and put it in the small of your back. It's the friction against your side that slows you down.
Ask the coasties about doing it out of the back of a helo onto a moving bad guy's boat.
Yeah. I've had.
That veggie on. Oh my God! Don't give me. I'll puke here at the table even thinking about that.
Pretty sure it's hitting the ground that breaks you. Depending on velocity.
Now it's the last foot is the problem.
Well,
The rest of it's fine.
if you've got your mud in a ball, you know what you're doing, and you don't panic, watch the ground come up and just brake properly. I actually used to brake about the last 5 feet, and then weeble wobble my way down.
Never had an omelet with ham. Although I didn't actually think green eggs and ham out of sea rats was all that bad.
I love green eggs out of the Silver Bullets.
Yeah.
At the Merrimack, the hell were those things called? Merrimarks?
RK Mermac.
Merrimack.
Yeah, Tabasco does not help that veggie on. Nothing helps that. He's crap.
What we're talking about, there used to be a green rectangular insulated thing that had 3 silver bullets. Mermite. Is that it?
Mermite.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's what the cooks used to bring chow to the food in, and chow to the field in. I'm having a good day.
I do.
Yeah, and the thing, those silver aluminum inserts would turn the eggs green.
Yeah.
Every time. Mermites, yes. Okay. Would turn the eggs green every time. Didn't change the flavor, just eggs about the color of Jim's shirt here.
Yeah.
Is that you're hungry, you'll eat it.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much the story anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Even more so when you're overseas, not on the local economy.
I've eaten many a fine meal out of Mermites.
Yeah.
Of course, the fact I was hungry is the best sauce. I was starving is the best sauce.
Monkey meat on a stick out in town is not a joke.
I think it's Tom Kratman that has a story about replacing every utensil or giving every one of his troops chopsticks and cutting the sickbay time in half because they were going out in the town and they were eating roadside food and the folks on the roadside weren't washing utensils right.
Yeah.
So he I think it was Kratman, but don't quote me on this. It was,
That sounds like something Tom would do.
Yeah. He gave everybody those disposable chopsticks. You eat your food with these.
Yeah.
And stop using utensils provided by the locals.
Yeah.
Because they would, if even if they gave you disposable plastic fork,
yeah,
they'd pick it up, wipe it off, and hand it to the next person.
Yeah. That's why we always got stuff that was on the stick, so you could just grab the end of the stick and chew on it.
Yep. But I think it was. My memory's going batshit these days, so
Rick,
I think it was Kratman. But
when the chickens eat fishy stuff, Yeah, the eggs do not come out tasting right.
No, no. Free range chickens have been eating bugs. Have the best.
Yeah.
Have the best eggs. So they've been out there eating bugs and grass. That's those yolks are dark orange.
Yeah.
And about that color.
Yeah.
Not the possum, but the oaks about that color. Yolks about that color. That's gonna be a good egg. And I would like to thank whoever found the Tony Shisheri's packets. Oh hell yeah, that's going in the con. Packets of Tony Shisheri's are going in the con survival pack.
Yep. The question is, who's buying them, me or you?
I don't know. It's coming off of Amazon, so my next royalty check is buying a case of Tony Shisheri's packets.
Good, since I bought the Tabasco.
You did buy the Tabasco. But
don't worry, the Air Force has butlers for their silverware cleaning.
Thank you, Jesse. That was much appreciated. With Biden's highly successful economy and all that, a whole bunch of folks in Tiny Town, Texas, have started raising chickens in their backyard.
Yeah.
And here in Tiny Town in Owl Park, as long as you don't have a rooster, it's perfectly okay. It's Owl Park. It's small town Texas. As long as you don't have a damn rooster. And I'm here to tell you, if you have a rooster, you better put a muzzle on that bastard about 0400.
Yeah.
Because the folks next door didn't. Anyway, where was I? So we're getting a lot of. I don't know that we've actually bought an egg from the supermarket for 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
We've been getting backyard chickens.
Some of the eggs are funny colored. Some of them are different sizes, but hey.
But they taste good.
They do.
They taste really good.
You can have 6, but the neighbors don't really count. Yeah. As long as there's not a rooster involved.
Yeah. And hens, I mean, I had forgotten what actual free range eggs tasted like.
Yeah.
I've been buying Walmart eggs for so long. And I cracked that first backyard hen egg, and it's like, the yolk was that color.
Yeah.
Because the person we bought it from had some sort of worm factory or maggot factory. Soldier bugs, soldier maggots, soldier flies. I don't know. Black maggots about that long, and has this setup that these bugs crawl out of wherever and they just fall into the chicken pen, and chickens are waiting.
Yeah.
And they were stuffed full on bugs and larvae, and oh my god, those eggs were good.
Yep. And I can remember as a kid we had chickens. And we also had roosters.
Apparently Cedar knows of what I speak.
Yeah. Yeah, they are gross but useful. And I grew to hate that rooster.
Oh yeah.
And then flash forward 50 years plus years, and I'm out in Kauai working at PMRF for the Navy, and I luck into getting one of the rooms in the BOQ out there on base. And there's a freaking rooster outside my door at 4:30 in the goddamn morning, going off about every 2 minutes. And I come out, and the guy next door comes out, and we are met by a security policeman who tells us point blank, you cannot kill the rooster. And we both looked at him and said, as long as you don't see us, he says, you cannot kill the rooster. They're protected. And the other guy with me, we were both standing there. He says, I don't give a shit. As long as you don't see me and that sumbitch goes away, I'm good with it.
There was a rooster that lived in a village on the far side of the swamp when we were in Nigeria. And somehow it found its way over to the Debo Estates. And at 4:30 in the morning, it would get up on one of our fence posts and greet the rising sun or whatever and wake my dad up. And Dad, he shot at it at a 375 for God's sake. Chicken didn't hit the chicken. And finally, he had enough, so he got a tuna can.
Yeah.
And a rocket igniter, and some black powder and a handful of gravel, and assembled something on his tuna can and taped it to the top of the fence post. Fit rather nicely. And the next morning, when the chicken started, Dad rolled over, hit a button on his radio set, and there was this bang, and bits of chicken and rocks landed all over the compound.
Well, I wish we could have done that, because every morning after that friggin' rooster would go off. We would come outside, and the security guy would be sitting there just staring at us. You son of
It's amazing.
Go away.
I'm sitting here. I just told that story. It just now occurred to me that a whole bunch of my father's problem solving involved high explosives.
Yeah. And
Seemed to work.
yeah,
Speaking of Dad solving problem with high explosives, I mentioned on Facebook that Dad's solution to crocodiles in a river was gelignite.
Yeah.
So apparently, Coppell, which is just down the road from us, has a gator problem. So I looked it up. Gators are native to North Texas. Apparently the boot industry ran them out, but they're coming back because they're protected.
Yeah.
So apparently, wow.
Yeah.
We got gators, and I don't have hands on gelignite.
Yeah, when Nakona moved out, that was when the gator population started coming back.
I guess. He did. He took a tuna can and had a layer of black powder, and probably more than a layer, and cardboard and rocks.
Yeah.
And then sealed the top of the wax, and it fit right on top of that post. And there was a radio receiver and a wired to a rocket igniter. Radio receiver about that big, taped and wire up and into the tuna can, and blam, blam.
Yeah. And on that note, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time today. Apologize for the technical issues. The video, the fat electrician video on the cocaine hippos. Yeah.
Oof.
That's on them to figure that shit out.
No kidding. No, that's a Colombia problem. They let it happen. That's on. I don't intend to get anywhere near South America.
That shit. Anyway, since the Rack Press folks will be gone on Thursday, it'll be Cedar and I on Thursday.
Come by Thursday and check up on Jim.
Yeah. We'll be getting, I'm sure, reports from the road, depending on what Ian has decided to.
Rita has found a more direct route.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
You really expect me to believe that?
Rita has said she's found a more direct route. So
okay. Anyway, remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. And we will see you later. Y'all have a good week. Be safe.
Be safe.